because they belong to the public.
Moving on now, a common question goes thus: what is in a name? This justifies perceptions attached to names. The University of Ilorin, Unilorin, which calls itself better by far, and University of Lagos, which prides itself as the university of first choice, as well as the Lagos State University, LASU, have emerged as the most preferred tertiary institutions chosen by candidates who sat for the 2022 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME. According to the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, Jamb, Unilorin ranked first with 73,749 applicants, while Unilag came second with 60,606 applicants, and LASU third with 55,964,000. Again, I think because of Lagos being the center of excellence, might have affected the choice of Unilag and Lagos State University. You know, the attention, the attraction, everything is here. But how do we want to put University of Ilorin, that I think they are known for their tradition of excellence?
Yes. Let me start with Lagos State University. You said University of Lagos better by far. University of Lagos, University of first choice. We at LASU, we call ourselves greatest last white.
Okay.
You didn't add that, so I'm adding it for you now.
Okay.
In case you don't know.
Okay.
Because I am a product of Lagos State University. Now, the fact remains that it's not just, these are traditions. I was of the third set of Lagos State University that graduated. I graduated in 1990. So I practically knew everybody from the first set to second set to the third set. That was a tradition laid. I'm talking about LASU now. Tradition laid by former Lagos State Governor, Alhaji Jakonde, when he established Lagos State University. And he had a vision. If you know who Alhaji Lateef Jakonde is or was, whichever we want to put it, you know that this is a man that never joked with education. He was a man that came into office in 1979 and realized that something drastic needs to be done about the education sector in Lagos. And that was where, apart from declaring the free education policy of the UPN government in Lagos, he also established several secondary schools, because prior to that, we were having morning and afternoon session in Lagos. I remember that the first school I attended in Lagos, they called Nigerian College. I couldn't get admission to the morning session. I was going for the afternoon session, myself and my twin brother. So we were going for, but he said, no, this cannot be the case. Which is why he now established what was known as Lagos Jakonde schools, as they called them. People use the
makeshift.
Yes, makeshift. Yes,
that time.
Yeah, that time.
No, as at that time, it was very.
We didn't care for some of us.
That sorted the problem.
Yes, and they solved that problem. And they went ahead to also establish the Lagos State University, and they kept that tradition. And over the years, that school has remained consistent. Now, coming to University of Ilorin, University of Ilorin is a very unique school, in the sense that you come to realize that there's a policy that was put in place. I think is it the current registrar of Jamb, or who was the vice chancellor? I don't know. One professor that took University of Ilorin away from the mainstream.
Yes, when they left ASU. When they left ASU. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. What they did was that while other universities were going, if you go to University of Ilorin, you have a 4-year program, you finish 4 years. There's no extension. Where other people go on strike, they decided not to go on strike. In fact, they had issue with their ASU at the point that several lecturers were sacked. I'm sure you remember that vividly.
40 of them.
40 of them. Some of them even died before they were reinstated. So they had that.
I was enjoyed that time.
Yes. Now, University of Lagos, we know what Lagos. Yes, the cosmopolitan nature of Lagos has made it possible for you to have that rush for schools in Lagos, like University of Lagos and LASU. But you will now ask, what of that of Ilorin? That is far off. So that is, now, it is not surprising to me, therefore, that you see so many people trying to gain admission. It is not just about Lagos. it is also about the quality of the product. AY, just a few days ago, a young lady had the best result.
5.0.
5.0.
5.0.
5.0.
Can't have.
AY, I graduated from law last year. I know what it takes. For you to even get a 2.2 in law, you must have sweat like this. For this young lady to have got to the point at which led to the Lagos State governor not only giving her 5 million, the state government also. So it is the quality of the quality of the product and quality of education that makes people to. So I commend the University of Ilorin, I commend the University of Lagos, I commend Lagos State University for able to push this and be able to stay the tide and remain focused on the academic excellence.
Is this a reflection of the quality people get, as in the number of applicants, like Unilorin getting 73,749, Unilag getting 60,606, and LASU getting 55,964? Is this as a result of the quality they dole out, or it's just a matter of the strategic placement of this group?
Well, I think it's a combination of many factors. If you look at that figure, it's 13,000 plus, 13,749 above University of Lagos in terms of applicants' preference, and about 17,575 ahead of LASU. I think for University of Ilorin, I didn't attend the university, but I need to admit that the school is a very good school. I used to visit the old campus when I was a very young boy in those days. And I realized that the founding father of that school, even before they moved to their permanent site, I think on the way to Jamb, I think the first VC was Professor Kinkugbe. They had a very beautiful vision. Though it's a second generation university, I think established in 1975. Yeah. But today, it is far better than some universities that were established in the 1960s. I believe, first of all, we need to admit that the quality of administrators in that university is one of the major pillars of the science that we are seeing today. And also, I think the University of Ilorin has a stable academic career for students compared with most of these universities. And I also think the quality of education, University of Ilorin has produced so many brilliant people, and also the quality of educators in that institution. And I think this also applies to LASU and University of Lagos. But I also think the location of University of Ilorin, is also an advantage. You will recall that is the bridge between the west and the north. So I believe because of the crisis in the Middle Belt, you have University of Jos in Jos, and then ABU in Zaria. Most likely, most parents will prefer their students going to schools where, the city is more calm, it's more peaceful, than areas where today we have some kind of insurgency. So people who ordinarily would have wished to apply to Jos or ABU.
Would have gone to Unimade.
University in Niger State.
Yes, some people went to Unimade from Lagos.
Yes, they would have preferred to say,
because of not security.
Go to University of Ilorin. And I also think Ilorin, I've lived there before, it's an extraordinarily peaceful city. If I've ever been there before. And life is also cheap compared with the economy. You can buy food at a cheaper rate, And I think the people are also accommodating.
In fact, the last time I saw the governor, I told him that the kind of traffic in
it's a very friendly environment.
As in, Ilorin
is a beautiful city, very quiet,
so developed now.
Nice,
So I think those are some of the things that I think are responsible. Also for University of Lagos, I think there is increase in migration of people from all over the world. People moving, looking for comfort zones in terms of economic comfort, either from West African region, from northern part of the country. The population of Lagos has increased tremendously in the past years. Wherever we have crisis in the Middle Belt or even southern part of the country, southeast, people move to Lagos. So most people want their parents to go to school close to them. Apart from the fact that Unilag is also a cosmopolitan university, which established in 1965 and one of the best, in the country. Having said that, I think we must not go to sleep, because in comparative sense, comparing our universities with even universities in Africa, we are still not there. In terms of global rating, in terms of rating in the Commonwealth. University of Ibadan in the 70s, when you are looking at Commonwealth rating, University of Nigeria, University of Lagos, you put them almost in the best 10. But now I don't think no university in Nigeria can ever make the first 10 universities
100
in Africa. We should also not forget to remind ourselves that when people are saying that government should not fund universities, it's a lie. Government-funded universities owned by federal government are doing well. So people are saying that, oh, we should privatize everything. This has punctured their philosophy that government-run universities can actually, lead the pack if the right things are done.
Do you think University of Ilorin is justifiably the best university in Nigeria as a result of the number of applicants from Jamb? When you want to look at schools like University of Lagos, the quantum leap, the development, the massive infrastructure compared to University of Ilorin. I know you are a product of University of Ilorin, but do you think University of Ilorin can stand shoulder to shoulder with University of Lagos?
It has in the past even stood shoulder above University of Lagos and other universities, because in the global rating of universities, Unilorin has on a number of occasions been rated the best in Nigeria. If you go down memory lane, look at the global rating, there were occasions when Unilorin was rated the best in Nigeria. There have been occasions when Unilag was rated the best. There have been occasions when University of Ibadan was rated the best. So Ilorin has never been a pushover. And yes, the fact that the local chapter of LASU was not joining strikes for some time was a factor. But it's not the only reason, because this last strike and the one before it, University of Ilorin lecturers were part of it. They were part of it. So if we have that figure released this week, it has nothing to do with the fact that the place was known to not always join strikes. LASU and the Unilorin chapter have since resolved their differences, and they are happy to be part of LASU strikes now. So those who applied this year must have realized that indeed the longest strike, or probably one of the longest strikes in LASU history, University of the rating has always been very good. They've achieved incremental progress across the board, and it's not difficult to see why a lot of people want to go to the university. If you look at Jamb record of the last 15 years, Unilorin clearly dominates other universities in terms of the preference of Jamb candidates. It has always dominated. So this is not the first time. It has happened again and again and again. And now, no one can deny that in terms of academic excellence, that university is one of the best. When we were in school, we would see Ben Bruce, Silverbird taking events to OAU, to Unilag and other places. They used to make fun of us that, oh, you people are only interested in reading, you are FICO people. So the knowledge hunting and the academic excellence is not something that started today. It's always been with the school, and some of the teachers were even people that came from the UK, from the US, so back in those days. So it is the seed that was sown many years ago that has germinated now and has pushed Unilorin to the front burner as clearly one of the best universities in the country.
All right. Moving on now. The debacle between the Department of the State